today's discussion. Today is the last day of our event. Today we're going to talk more or less about the present moment. That is the theme of today. Okay, and the present moment and the ourself are very much closely related. If we try to catch the present moment, we able to catch immediately ourselves quite easily. Okay, so we're going to discuss a couple of the things about this present moment and how one can use the present moment wisely so that our life goes with the smooth way. That is what the today's theme. So when we talk about this present moment, what is this now that everyone has? What we have in this present moment, that is the reality, but somehow we run away from this reality and try to live only at two places. Either one can live in the past or one try to live in future, but everybody try to avoid this present moment, whereas this present moment is the most appealing, most enjoyable, and most happiest moment in our life. But we don't want to live in this present moment. Somehow, we always want to live somewhere else. If somebody go for vacation at some very nice resort along with their all loved one, what they're going to do when they reach there? They sit comfortably they're supposed to be, and then just enjoy whatever is in front of them. But ideally speaking, what we immediately do when we reach somewhere, first we try to call everyone. Okay. If we try to call, hey, we reached comfortably, all this thing. When you call someone, then some news from the other side will penetrate to you and it will disturb your vacation also. During vacation, that means just a vacation. Just enjoy that vacation and forget about everything else. But we cannot do that. Why? Because that is our habit. We are on vacation. I am sitting next to the Himalaya also, or very lush green scene or scenery also, or very close to the any ocean or river also, but my mind never be at that same location. I maybe reach back to my office, think that all the work, what I supposed to do now it's pending. What supposed to do when I again join the office? I will not enjoy where I am. I will I try to be other than in the present moment. I always try other than present moment, either in past or in future. That is what our habit. That is how normally a normal human being living their life. When we are doing that, what exactly we are doing, do you know? We are running away from the present moment because present moment is never appealing to us. This is brighter side that we are in the vacation and enjoying at that moment. Also we're not able to enjoy our present moment. Then if we are in the difficult situation, then we understand we try to run away from it. Somehow everybody are in race, either in future or in the past. That is what our normal way of living our entire life. Think sometime at the end of the day and check how many moments of the time you are alive, frankly speaking. How many moments of the time you are alive? I mean, you are alive if you are in the present moment. If you are not in the present moment, that means we normally live in the dead life only. That means we are thinking about the past or future. Past is already happened. Somebody says past is our more ultimate thing. Why ultimate thing, dear? It's already happened. past only give us some concrete idea about ourselves. It's completely wrong. Past is just happened. Past is over. I say past is over. Why to look at the past? Recently, I went home. Okay, we all together, and my sister find out all old pictures, and everybody are saying all pictures. I say burn away all the pictures. It's meaningless. Why to go in the past? Enjoy where we are. We all together just enjoy where we are. But we cannot do that. Why? Because we have too much attachment with our past. We think that past will derive the sense of who we are. It's completely wrong. Sense of who we are is derived on the present context only. It never be derived from the past context, or it never be derived from the future, because future is completely unknown to us. Future is completely unknown to us. Somebody says, but for the future point of view, we have to plan perfectly. I agree with you. I agree with you. We have to plan for our future, but just plan. And when you are planning, if you again go towards that result of the plan, then you enter inside, then you enter inside of your past itself, whereas you supposed to live in the present moment. When you are planning something, you are in the present moment. Agree. But during that planning, if we go towards its final result, okay, we are thinking, and in that thought process we lost completely. In that thought process. That means we missed the bus. We move away from this particular present moment and drag ourselves toward the future moment. And when the future going to come, if you want to really enjoy the future, you supposed to be in the present moment, in the future only. Then only one can enjoy the future. Otherwise one cannot enjoy the future. Because let's say you are planning of your trip. Normally we do, because planning is very essential when we want to plan the trip. Then we gather all the map. If we want to drive through or by our own car, then we have a proper map along with us, what place we supposed to visit and all these things. Okay, we plan each day event. That is essential. But when we are planning, if we lost during that planning itself, and we just look at the image or some photograph, and we are not in the present moment and lost this present and move away from the present and reach the future itself. So that is completely unrealistic way of living. And what then happen when we reach that location? We come back to our home, we think about home. When we are at home, we think about that, and when we reach there, we think about home. That is normal way of working. So we have to break this habit. It is very, very essential to break this habit. This habit is not at all allow us to anchor in the current and the present and the now moment. And only one thing we have to live peacefully is this present moment only. If somehow I anchor myself in this very present moment, then I can live my beautiful life. Otherwise, I always in the future and past, and future and past is always linked with my false self only. Only true self is anchored in the current or the present moment. Future and past, when we think, is always with respect to, is understand, always it's aligned with our false self, because true self has nothing to do with past as well as future. True self is happy in this very moment. True self never derive anything from future or the past. Only false self has certain ideas. False self have a certain want from the future, and certain ideas also derived from our past to give a certain identity in this very moment. And future and past is the only living place for the false self, and the now present moment is the ultimate living place for the true self. So it is our job to anchor ourselves in the proper place. When we see all the people, I will see three type of people normally live on this planet. Only three type of people: either they are rich, poor, whatever is their state of physical, external, materialistic affair. But only three type of people in on this entire planet are in present state living. One person is like a, one can say it's always watch. It's like normal human being. Okay, they derive the sense of appeal by seeing something. Okay, they are want to see something, that's it. They just see and take a derived sense out of it. Okay, so they see something. Okay, they in हिंदी लैंग्वेज वी से इट इज ए दर्शक, देखने वाला, देख रहा है. One is darshak, it's just seeing something. Okay, so maximum, if we scale out of 100%, I am saying more like 99% people live on this philosophy. They never come out of that philosophy. They always derive sense from outer world completely. 9.999.49, okay, 9999% people is like a drashya. Drashya in the sense they look, either look wise or they did something great for the humanity. Okay, and they become like a emerging figure in the present context, like in the celebrity point of Amitabh Bachchan, okay, or Maninder Singh Dhoni, or Virat Kohli, or so and so forth. Good scientist, good mathematician, all these things. So this become knowingly or unknowingly like a one type of the figure. Okay, and we other are just watching them. Our prime minister, all other ministers, and whatever, so and so forth, they all fall under that category. Okay, so 99% people are just a darshak. They just see and have a loof out of it. 0.9999% people become or achieve something, and other are looking at him. Okay, like Ambani group, Tata group, all that big shot people, what we say, the people become drashya. Okay, so darshak, drashya, two type of people. Ultimate people are very few. Out of the 7 billion people, few thousands acquire that quality. Okay, they become drashta. Drashta, that means they don't see outside world, they try to see themselves only. They try to see themselves only. Okay, whoever become this ultimate figure or drashya, at some moment of time, unknowingly they also become drashta only. That's why they derive that much of energy. But afterwards, again, they lost in this outer world. If they anchor in the inner world, then they must be a completely different people. Okay? But they lost that touch somehow. Knowingly or unknowingly, they reach certain center. From there, they derive this all the appealing outer world experience. Only possibility of that if they touch certain center, otherwise not possible. If they aware it or not aware, that different story. Then only one can get as too much of energy so that it becomes the drashya. Okay? And drashta, drashya, and darshak. Okay? It's very, very important to look at not outside. It's very important to look at ourselves only. Become in the present state. Anchor ourselves in the present state. That is the ultimate reality we have. But we always run away from this present state. Reason is what? Reason is very simple. We don't like, frankly speaking, our own existence. Why I say that way? Because when we are in the present state, or present moment, we are very close to ourselves. We are very close to ourselves. That means I am very close to myself in that very moment. And I am very close to myself that somehow I don't like it. Unknowingly, that resistance is built up. Okay? And we have to remove that resistance. That is the ultimate aim one should have. One has to remove that resistance. One should like the presence of our own self. One should like the silence of our own self. One should like the emptiness that we have within. One should like the natural characteristic one possesses. Okay? But we always don't like our natural characteristic. We try to go outside and try to acquire somebody else characteristic in ourselves, and we try to apply certain type of layers, and that layers is only appealing to the false self, and the true self is just waiting to sign, and it never sometimes sign at all in somebody's life. The life will pass completely without signing that true self that's supposed to sign in that very life, but it sometimes doesn't happen like that way. So how to acquire this very moment is the ultimate aim. If we have, then we definitely going to achieve it. How one can anchor oneself in the present moment is very easy task if we look at in the point of view from the true self. If we look at from the false self point of view, then it is very difficult task. Why? Because when we want to anchor ourselves, false self has to uprooted from our entire life, and false self don't like it. That's why always we are in the resistance. So always we are in fight with the imagination and the reality. So I will say all the frustration, all the negativity emerge in one's life is due to this clash only: imagination and the reality. Reality is something different, and the false self imaginated something different. So because there is a clash between reality and the imagination, always there is a frustration, always there is a all type of, no exception, no exception, all type of negativity, negative feeling, depression, loneliness, anger, everything emerge from this single thing. That is what clash between reality and imagination. Here, if we somehow penetrate at this thin boundary, what is reality and what is imagination, then all this false self uprooted immediately. For that purpose, we require very clear and keen awareness. That's why I always emphasize on the awareness. Awareness is very essential, very important to look at. Now, please understand this concept, what I try to tell you. If you not grab it, perfectly all right, but think in this direction whenever you get a time. Few things: we have a consciousness about all the five senses. Okay, when we are try to become aware, what going to happen, please understand. Okay, few things I will give you very concrete statement. It may happen in your life if you try on this, what this journey continue for a couple of months or year, this will going to happen. So don't be afraid with that. If this type of experience emerge, I'm not guarantee that it will emerge only, it depending on your how build up is happen. If it is emerge, then don't be afraid of it. Okay? Don't become afraid if you fall under this type of experience. So let's understand first clearly how the awareness will emerge when somebody are looking at very keenly. So for that we have to understand few concept from the our conscious faculties. Okay, so our conscious faculties are five. Okay? Our eye, ear, eye will give us the visual impression of the outer world. All the sound will reach with the our ear. Smell, for that we have a nose, outer penetration. tongue gives us the taste, and entire outer covering of our body is our skin, is the touch. With this five outer penetrating our senses, we have an outer world. Sometimes think, if all five senses is closed, then what happened to outer world? Sometimes think on entirely different concept. It gives us certain deeper sense of its meaning. If all outer senses is closed, then we say the person become unconscious. Correct? That is what normally we say. That's why we say we are the conscious when we are alive and our outer senses is working. We say it is a conscious person. But hardly speaking, maximum people still live unconsciously only, because when they are interacting with the outer world, they are not in the very present moment. That's why it's also live more than 70, 80, 90% life. Even living being also live in the unconscious state only, more or like that. Few more aspect when we talk about the conscious part. Our mind is, we think that we do multiple tasking is wrong. At a time, mind can be at one location only. So please understand this. It seems that at a time I'm seeing and hearing, but with a high frequency, that center is fluctuating from two center. That's why we see that we are seeing and hearing both happening together. So we have a multiple way, or our mind will work with the multiple ways. At a time we get the signal from both the senses. Ideally speaking, it's work with the fast frequency. That's why it's look like that way. Otherwise, at a time, mind can hold only one concept, not more than one concept. It is beauty also. Nature designed the mind that way. It is good for us. Reason is that, let's say you have a negative thought, replace with the positive. Negative has to vanish, cannot hold at a time two together. It is the mercy of the nature over us, so that our mind will tune like that way. Otherwise, it like on the same screen, two movie are playing and we are nowhere at all. Okay, so it is good part of it. So all senses impress our brain. Okay, now please understand. I am seeing something, or I am hearing something. If I am become aware, what going to happen? Somebody speaks some word through my ear. Ear is the outer instrument only. Through my ear I become aware of it. So it is one phenomenon. I always till now told, become aware, become aware, become aware. So that is in your hand. You able to become aware of all the five senses as and when required. When you are becoming aware, please, this is very minor thing, I try to make you understand. When you are becoming aware of any senses, who is witnessing of your own awareness? You are becoming aware of my sound, who notice it? You becoming aware of your eyesight, who notice it? You becoming aware of some test, who notice it? This is the correct ourself. He always be there for all experience to be recorded. Awareness and this notice or witnessing ourselves, both are separate. So first we have to understand the awareness, and in some time automatically you will become completely different altogether. You will separate out from your awareness also. If that experience happen, don't be afraid. Enjoy that day, celebrate your entire day. That day was the will be the greatest day in anybody's life. Okay? Awareness, and you become aware of it also. Awareness and yourself. First, present moment, what is happening, we are supposed to be aware. When we are aware of it, try to notice your attention, let's say, moving from eye to sound to tongue to some other all the places. Attention is moving. Who is noticing? Who is noticing that movement of your attention? Who is noticing that you are aware of all the five senses? Who is this witnessing power? That is the ultimately one can say it is what the true self is saying every and each and everything. Some example: in one room, person A are sitting in the corner. Person A are sitting in the corner, calmly, peacefully, just sitting, not doing anything. There is a in the center of the room, two more chairs are there. Person B and person C enter in the room. Person B and person C enter in the room, discuss something, move out of the room. After some time, person D and person E enter in the room, again discuss something, move away from the room. Can C, sorry, B and C have any idea about the D and E? Can the D and E has any idea about B and C? No. All this thing is witnessed by whom? Ultimate person who's sitting calmly, comfortably on that one single corner. That is the person A. That is the person A. Now, make story clear. I say this is entire body is one room. At one corner, person A is calmly seated, observing each and everything, witnessing each and everything. I say B and C enter in the room. B and C is what do you know? B is the outer impression that is coming through my eye, and C is the because of the outer impression. C is the center of agitation in my brain. It agitated because of my eyesight, and both interacted for some time. Then D and E. D is the outer sound entering through this instrument, that is D. And due to that outer sound, inside of the my brain, some center was triggered, interact with that, that is D and E. So C and sorry, B and C and D and E interacted something all the time. Who is witnessing each and everything that is calmly seated at one corner in this entire body? If we try to anchor ourselves in the present very moment, few things in the long run automatically emerge. Automatically emerge. Sometimes you're going to feel like a completely void. So don't be afraid with that void or emptiness in within. Don't be run away. That means don't immediately come out of that state. Enjoy that state. If you reach that state, then celebrate that day with your loved one. Celebrate that day with your loved one. Few things is very very essential. When I am asking you to do certain meditation or certain technique, I teach you. If you continue on the same line for 2 or 3 months, I don't know what the time frame needed, because it all depend on everybody's own build up. Okay? One cannot say that much time. One thing is clear: within 1 or 2 months time you become very happy person, there is no doubt at all. Okay? But when you are doing certain meditation, if the energy will change, then you feel the vibration in entire body. I'm not saying it going to happen, it depend on again your build up structure. If it happen, don't afraid with that energy. Okay? Don't again run away from it, just enjoy it, just become the witness of what is happening to you. Just be anchored in the present very moment. Okay? I'm not threatening you, but I am just cautioning you. So that later stage, I don't know, out of 30, 40 people, if one people also stick to this guideline, he may be the different person. And if he is moving through this and unknowingly he enters some other space of ourself, he has a certain experience, and that experience is very valuable. We should not lose that experience. If we lose that experience, we are moving away from it. So I don't want that single person lose that experience. That why I'm just giving you the certain hint. If it happen, don't be afraid. Enjoy that day and enjoy that experience also, and don't try to create the experience also. That is also false thing. If experience happen, it's happened. And don't wait for experience also. I told you, sir told something happened, after 1 year also nothing happened. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid with that. In 1 year something is going to change, and it's already changing. Maybe it's without any notice, it's working. So don't worry about any of this part. Okay? This is happening. Don't be afraid. That is what I want to give a strong message about it. Okay, otherwise you will lose that important part that try to come out of you and show his full glory, and we miss it. So don't miss any type of this thing. Okay. Now, few more things. When we are aligned with this all, or anchoring in the now, it is the ultimate aim one should have. Ultimate aim one should have. One should have so many aim in the life. I'm not denying. One should earn huge money. It's perfectly all right. One should go behind the prestige, power, and all enjoyment also. I don't deny. But in entire journey, if one should always remember that ultimately where we stand, ultimately where we stand. That means in the entire system. That's why I say in one technique, I am not the five senses and this body. So I get rid of my body itself. Why I told you to concentrate about it? If you lose the connection with your body, please understand, our all the attachment is with the outer world, is with this very body only. If I loosen my connection with this very body, that means I have a power to lose all the connection from entire outer world. That's why first is very important to lose the connection from our own body. Then somebody say, if we lose the connection with our own body, then what the appealing in this entire life? If you lose, then only you understand. Because I try to tell you, it's meaningless. Unless you experience that state, it's meaningless for you. So many people try to say something, but until and unless one experience that state, it's meaningless. It not derive any sense to other person. Just believe on this certain statement and start working towards that. So first part, I say loosen entire connection with the physical body. On deeper level, we say I am not the thought, image, and the mind. That is our next layer of ourself. That is our mind. Somebody says mind is the ourself. It's correct also, because if I tune or only calibrate my mind, myself is already calibrated. Second layer, we say that thought, image. Thought and image is the characteristic, frankly speaking, of the mind. Thought, image, and again add some memory. But memory is not only the function of mind. Memory is given to entire body. That's why we will do the each and every work with automation. It not mean that we have a memory only at the brain. Entire body have a memory cell. So we say that thought, image, and the mind, I am not that one. So we lose the body, we lose the mind. than what remain. Sometimes that's why yesterday I say, lastly ask, then who am I? If I am not the body, I am not the mind, then what is left behind? That is supposed to be I, because every time we say I, and I, in the entire world, everybody say I. But when we sometimes we ask who you are, we only able to justify our labels only. If somebody asks, and needed also, I cannot say I am the awareness. Somebody asks who you are, who are you? I cannot say I am the awareness. Then that person think that I become crazy. I supposed to say from the outer world, I am so and so working here and there. That is perfectly all right. For the outer interaction, that labeling is very, very essential. Otherwise, it's very difficult. That's why, as a human being, we give everything as a name. Everything we immediately give certain name. The name is the label, and with the help of the label, we try to interact with that things or the person or the people. So it is very, very essential. But we have to drop when we want to penetrate inside. So drop of it is very essential. So when I drop the connection with the body, drop the connection with the mind, then what is left behind? Sometimes try to think about it. Sometimes try to penetrate inside of it. It will happen to someone. It trigger. If not triggered, that is also fine. Wait about it. Wait for it to emerge automatically. Don't give your own answer, because when you give your own answer, it's mind giving you the answer. That's it. If answer will not come automatically from the within, then understand that that answer is your own mind trick. Only things mind don't want to lose its grip over us, so that's why it's always give us some work to do. That's why entire dynamism in this entire planet is due to this only, due to our mind. And mind is a fascinating instrument we have. If we want anything, if we put in our brain with the proper spirit, it will reflect in our physical world automatically. But only thing you check, it is your need base or your want base. Need base is the responsibility of nature provide to you. Want base, it's not necessary. Anything we want on the need base, it's going to be reach with. One day I read very fascinating statement. Whatever is my need automatically reach to me. I need not to even take any labor for it. Whatever is my need, it reach to me. I need not to think about what I supposed to need it. That's why that I ask you, look at and observe nature also. When we see nature, we will understand that only the rest what we created with the false self is belong to the human being only. Otherwise, there is no outside, there is rest. Everywhere there is a rest. Everywhere there is a competition. Competition is very important for our growth. But the competition is attached with the false self, then it is wrong. If the competition is the purely just a competition, okay, and if we don't derive any sense of I out of it, then it is very healthy competition. But if I derive sense of I out of it, then it is not a healthy competition. Then it is not at all a competition, then it is just ego gratification. Okay, so it's completely different part. So when we try to anchor ourselves in the present very moment, what going to happen? Our habitual grip will be loosened. Our habitual grip will be loosened, and we try to see through the present moment very clearly. When you when you start seeing the present moment very clearly, automatically one thing definitely going to happen. You going to become very peaceful person. you're going to derive the happiness without any reason. That means happiness, for your happiness, no external things is needed. For your happiness, no external things is needed at all. You just sit on your chair calmly and you are happy. You don't require anything to be happy. That is what the coming naturally. You need not to do any effort for it. Your life going to become very simple. That means you're not going to run away towards so many things. I don't saying that you will not fight for all your education. You are not going to stop your own what you are doing to satisfy your livelihood. It's going to be as it is, but with the new vision, with the new eye, you're going to work towards that without any frustration. If we don't have any frustration, that means we will not lose our valuable energy behind it. And if I'm not losing my valuable energy behind anything, all the intact energy I have, and immediately I apply, and for previous time to finish that work, maybe I required 8-10 hours. Now only within 1 or 2 hours I work only 1 or 2 hours and finish all the work supposed to do it. So you have extra time with you. With that extra time, you can penetrate well within yourself. As you go within, automatically outside will going to change. We normally work first with the outside and we try to derive the happiness. It's not happiness, it's just the pleasure we try to derive from the outside, and we check, today I am very much pleasurable. If I eat lavish food, I feel very comfortable. That is what normally we do. That is what normally we do. But if we little bit change, not much change also needed. Not much change also needed. When I am discussing with few things with one of my very good friend, he said, then I will lose entire interest in my life. I said, no dear, you not going to lose your entire interest of your life. It is completely reverse process. Please understand it. It is completely a myth that if we go towards that side, or we try to understand the reality, we lose interest. One way you lose the interest, correct. Why? Because now you don't live your life definitely based on the want. That is 100% correct. You're not going to live your life definitely based on the want. You only live your life based on the need. And to live a life based on the need is very peaceful and very beautiful and very calm and very happy. But it is one has to decide without any fear, that this life or that life, this life or that. I will tell you, in this entire planet, more than 7 billion people, we all living together. What do you think? How many percentage of people will never be frustrated, never be become angry, jealous, lonely? All this negativity never trigger in entire day. How many numbers of people out of 7 billion? I say 0.001% maybe are there who never have a single thought of frustration in his entire day or in her entire day. If we remove all the kids is naturally happy. Kids are naturally happy. That's why when we are very close to some kids also less than 4 years, then because they are very natural human being, afterwards there also we try to apply certain things over them. Okay? That's why they lose their grip of naturality. So kids are always been in the natural state. That's why kids are always be happy, always be happy. Sometime count. That's why in the first day I ask, how many time in a day or in you able to laugh? Are you laughing every day or not? In if not, then generate artificiality for it also in a day, in a week time. Because look, please understand, All assembles things dump our true nature. Assembles things, that means, let's say you not able to cry, you don't not able to laugh also, somehow some circumstance there. So all buried negative emotions or even positive emotion also, layered by layer, dump over our true nature. So let's remove all that garbage. So I will tell you, in a month or in a week time, lock yourself in your room, start some music, and become mad over it. Become mad over it. You don't know how to dance, just start dancing. If you don't know how to cry, just start crying, and automatically you will see that in few moments you cry, you're going to cry like a madness. If you don't know how to laugh, just start laughing without any reason, and laughter will come automatically. It will come auto. Reason is there why. So many laughter, so many time you about to laugh, and because of some reason it is dumped down. So it is within your memory somewhere. It's going to trigger automatically. So many time in your entire life you about to cry because of certain reason, it is dumped down. So cry will come automatically. You need not to do anything, just give the opening and it will come automatically. It's all cleaning process. It's all cleaning process. That's why I ask also, how many hours or minute are you doing your exercise? Exercise is very important channel through which all our dumped part will come out of you. So every day spend certain amount of time for the physical exertion. Each day spend minimum 1 hour for your own body cleaning. So first come the body cleaning. After body is clean, then we have to clean the mind. After the mind is clean, then we are able to penetrate inside, very deep layer. Then from the deep layer we also clean entire emotions. And when the body, mind and emotion, all three are clean, then your jar is about to become empty. It's ready to fill the good thing in it. You are very close to the silence. You are very close to the emptiness. You are very close to your own self. But provided you work out like that way. So systematically spend your time. Give enough time for your own self. It is always, I always say, so many of my friends, become selfish, dear. Become selfish. I bluntly say. And when somebody asks, I always say I'm a highly selfish person. First, I will always check my integrity. If it is appealing, whatever you giving me the idea appealing to me, then only I work out. Otherwise, I will not. That means become selfish for yourself. Becoming selfish for yourself. That means give enough time for you. Give enough time for you. Every day spend 3 to 4 hours for your own self only, where you try to look at each aspect of yourself and try to clean each aspect of yourself. Spend enough time, give enough room. Room only create or only come automatically when you remove all unnecessary load along with you. Then only room is always be there. You need not to create. Only we have to ride unnecessary thing out of it. Then it is come automatically. So few suggestion, then we close this discussion session. Really, if someone want to become happy, it's very easy job. Only few things if you take in mind, it's very simple game. As I told, again I am telling you, detachment is very important. Detachment from everything. Detachment from each and everything and each and every person, even from our own body also. That much high detachment. But it is not dry detachment. It is very, very important detachment. It's not like with this detachment you become completely a dry person. No. You're going to look at everything with the new love, new insight. That much of detachment one has to trigger. So detachment is a really a love, I will say. Real love is just the detachment. So detachment is very much needed. When you detach from something, then you create the gap between you and that something. Either it is people, place, your acquired thing, anything. When you have a gap between, then you something will automatically emerge from you. That is the discrimination you have to trigger out of it. That is either it is positive side or the negative side. Either it's going to add anything in me. If not, then remove that thing. Otherwise retain that thing. And when you retain, because already you have detachment, you're not going to attach with the retain part also. It is like a golden chain. So don't have any type of chain with us. Detachment, discrimination, then build up concentration. Whatever is appealing to you, concentrate about it. Think over it. Don't think that is not important. Only think what is important for you. I derive the importance like something like this way. Importance is only one thing that goes toward the truth of the things. If it is not belonging to truth, that is not important at all. Concentrate on the important or positive side of everything. Then, very essential in all this thing is your clear awareness. When you have clear awareness, automatically control will establish. You need not to apply any control. Control is already there within your own nature. Only thing we are not aware about it. As I become aware, you have any habit. To crack any habit, only thing, detach from the habit. Don't say, I am that habit itself. Detach from the habit. Look at the habit. It is helpful or harmful. When you say harmful, concentrate about the good habit only. Automatically, other habit will move on. And with the clean awareness, you will not going to fall again there, because controlling already within yourself. So with these few things, you can work very smoothly with your life. And few more things, only concentrate about the good part of it. Don't look at any bad part of it. Try to anchor yourself in the very moment only. Present is the only thing we have. Only remember presence. That's it. Day in and day out, ask yourself. That's why I ask you. Ask yourself, what am I doing right now? When you ask that question, automatically you going to wherever you are, future, past, memory, sensation, you going to come back to the present very moment only. You become aware wherever you are in your entire structure. Ask yourself in a day 100,000 times the same question. Become mad over that state. One question only. What am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? Thousands time ask that question, and you're going to become yourself anchored in the present very moment. That is what very much essential and very much important. With this, let's stop here. We'll come back in 5 minutes and then we dive within. Okay, so let's start. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably on the floor. Sit comfortably on the floor with the relaxed body. Please sit comfortably. Make sure not a simple strain or stress is inside the body. Close your eyes, sit comfortably on the floor. Make sure your back, neck, and head are in one line. Back, neck, and head should be in one line. Observe your normal breath. Observe your normal breath. Breath is going in, coming out. It's giving us some type of sensation at the opening of our nostril. With the experience, observe the breath. Incoming breath maybe feel like little colder. Outgoing breath maybe little bit warmer than the incoming breath. It gives some type of sensation. Try to experience it. Take a next 5 breath, very deep breath. Deep breath means fill your lung completely without any strain or the muscle stretching or anything. And release your breath without any strain or muscle stretching. Only time matter. As much as time you take for the filling the lung, you should take two more time than that. That means 5 seconds if you take fill the lung, take 10 seconds to empty it. 5 seconds for incoming breath and 10 seconds for outgoing breath. Take that way 5 breaths. Again come to your normal breath. After taking 5 deep breaths, move to your normal breath. If you lost other than breath, Come back again with the very happy state of mind. Start again observing your breath. Don't allow to enter slightest frustration about it. Otherwise, we lose the game. That is normally the mind trick us. Just observe the breath. If we lost somewhere, again come back with the peaceful mind. Again start. Next five breath. We take very deep breath. Fill your lung completely until you experience your heartbeat. Up to that level you feel. Then hold your breath. Then release the breath completely. Make sure when you release, you take double time to release the breath. When you completely empty your lung, again hold the breath. Again hold the breath. This is one breath. Take that way five breaths and again come back to your normal breath. After taking five breaths, go back to your normal breath. Let's count the breath. Another 5 minutes. We are aware about breath is going in. Entire breath is going in. Please understand. Don't go with the deep breath. It is your normal breath. Don't force to feel entire lung. It's just a normal breath. Breath is going in, you are aware about it. Now, at one point of time, incoming breath is about to become outgoing. So you are aware about that turn also. And then the incoming breath going to become the outgoing. That fraction of second, breath will be stopped. You are aware about it. You are aware about outgoing breath also. Now the outgoing breath again going to stop to become the incoming breath. You are aware about that turning point also. This is a four part of single breath. If you are aware completely, you didn't lost anywhere, then count the one breath like that way. Count the breath. Whenever you lost, again start again. Let's start this for another 5 minutes. Stop counting. Go to your normal breath without counting. Observe your normal breath. Along with the breath, we have a two statement in the background. With the incoming breath, we have one statement. I am not the five senses and this body. Along with the outgoing breath, we have sentence. I am not the thought, image, and this mind. Please understand, don't try to change your breath pattern. Let it be a normal breath. If it changing automatically, need not to worry. But to fit this thought, don't try to change this breath pattern. Try to run this thought quickly so that here your thought is over and here your breath is filled or become empty. Let's do it for another 7 minutes. If you lost somewhere, again start. If you lost somewhere, again start. am not the five senses and this body. I am not the thought, image, and this mind. Then ask yourself, who am I? Ask yourself, who am I? And don't do anything. Just be in that state. Just be in this state. Go back to your normal breath. Go back to your normal breath. The 7 minute, we will take the rhythmic breath. First, we start with the sound breath and then slowly go toward the silent. To 5-6 breath, we have a little sound, but please understand, none of your body muscles should be in the stretch position. It just we are creating the sound while we are taking the breath and releasing the breath. That's it. So 5-6 breath with the sound, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 will go to the silent breath, and then slowly just breath is naturally happening. Sometimes we even not able to notice either breath is going in or going out. Up to that slow space we are reaching. No sound at all, but we are completely aware about the breath. If you lost somewhere, again start with the happy state of mind. Sound with the sound breath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Silent, move from sound towards silent. And let breath will go deep and deep and deep. And along with the breath, you also going in the deeper level, deeper, deeper, deeper. Let's start. Come back to your normal breath. Come back to your normal breath. Straight away look at your brain. What right now is going on inside your mind? Just check. Any thought is going on in present moment. If not, then wait there itself. Don't try to create the thought. Thought will come automatically. When it come, become aware of it. Don't move along with the thought. Just become aware. Be here knowingly with complete awareness. Be here knowingly. Give your full energy towards your mind only. Check what type of thought is going on. Just become the witness of it. Don't participate in it. Let's go to deeper level of our being. Check how are you feeling right now? What type of emotions is present within you? Just check it. Become witness of it. Don't go along with it. Anchor yourself in this very moment. Don't do anything. Just be here with complete awareness. Whatever the signal five senses giving you, out of that, whatever is the strongest signal, you attention going toward that side. Or maybe in the mind some strong thought or emotions or image is going on. You maybe go toward that side. But you are witnessing. Your attention is going here and there, but you are as a person witnessing the movement of BC and CD. You just witnessing it. Be here with complete awareness. Just witness what's going on. Slowly open your eyes. Take enough time to open it. Don't be in a hurry. One last analysis we have to do, but I am not suggesting that you do right away. Just understand what you're supposed to do, and after 1 2 week you do it. That is for our future. Sometimes really we don't know what we want from this life. It is also very essential to brought out what we want from this life on also on the paper. When we commit to the paper, then it goes in much deeper level of ourselves. Not just commit to the paper, it will work like that way. Then day in and day out, think about it, and automatically it will go towards our subconscious. And if you able to part of the subconscious do all the things to make it happen in the physical world. So few things that you're supposed to do. So find out very good day. You're supposed to be quite relaxed. Do it in the early morning phase. It is very good. Don't do this thing what I'm right now going to tell you in some afternoon or evening, because almost half of energy is lost in all other work. So do it what I suggesting you in the morning. Prefer early morning and do it. Before you start what I suggested in this 5 days, do that entire sets of things. Be handy with pen paper along with you, and at the last when you are done with this all the sets of 40 minutes technique, then you go towards your future and think what type of life do you want to live. Think about what type of life do you want to live, and whatever is appealing to you, it's coming from your deeper level. Commit to the paper. Commit to the paper. Whatever is coming from your deeper level, commit to the paper. And then let's say you able to write 1 2 page, I don't know. Afterwards, formulate 3 4 5 strong statement of your life, or how you want to live your life. And day in and day out, reflect over it. Day in and day out, reflect over it. That means, as I suggested at the day, look at that important statement. That is your life statement. Look at it in the early morning when you wake up, or returning for the day when you are going for your final night, day off, before you go to the sleep. Look at that important statement. Also, be handy with all that important 4 5 statement. You are working with the laptop, on your laptop screen, keep it. Or maybe you have a small diary, write it down over there. Always be handy so that as and when you get a time, just read that statement. It's not necessary you read that statement aloud. internally. After few days, you not require that not also, because it impressed in your memory. Just repeat the sentence with the open heart, but don't too much concentrate about its output. Just enjoy its journey and be relaxed, sit comfortably, and wait for whatever you want. It will come automatically to you. Don't fight for it. Don't go with very hard work for it. Just relax. Like we are going to some hotel and order a very nice food. I should not go to the kitchen and ask, please prepare for me the food. Your job is done. You place a order. Just enjoy the environment, enjoy your loved one, and relax, sit back, and food will definitely reach to your table only. Whatever you ask, it will going to reach. Same way, whatever you ask, it will reach to you. Don't worry about it too much. It will reach to you definitely. So with that mindset, when you work, it will come to you. Fine. So here what I supposed to tell you, out of that couple of things, I try to tell you important things in 5 days time. Now few good books list I pasted in the chat box. Okay, it's jumble up, so please try to segregate. And if you have now any question or queries, please resolve it. Which sound part, dear Vandita? Which sound part?
So actually, when we were counting the breath, and after that we returned to normal breath. So after that you explained something, I just missed that.
Counting breath. Okay. Okay. That sound breath, fine. What I mean to that breath is we start taking the breath with the sound like. That means when we trigger the sound, we are become much more aware about that breath. So I say let's go with the sound breath. That means when you're taking the breath, also create some sound with that, but make sure it is not the pranayam, so we don't stretch too much to our body. It just the breath only, little bit deeper breath but with the sound. That is what I mean. And then take that breath 5 6 times like that way, and then slowly go towards from sound breath toward the silent breath. That means you are taking the breath with the full sound, slowly reduce the sound, and then go toward without sound breath up to 8 9 10 11 12 breath. And afterwards you are not even creating any sound, and slowly the breath go in very deeper level. It goes very deep, and you also going along with that breath very deep. So that is what I mean to that.
Thank you.
Okay, few more requests. In any time you required my help, please write to me on. I will give you the email ID. Don't write on my institute email ID. That is the one of my acting part that I supposed to do. Write to me over here, with which you receive a first email. Same place. Let me write it down over here. Mind happiness and you gmail.com. Okay. So whatever anytime my help you think required, please write me on this email ID only. Okay, don't write to me on any of other email ID. Please write to this email only. That is my request. All the recording I try to clear today and tomorrow, and hopefully by Monday we able to upload all 5 days recording. Your email ID is with me, so hopefully by Monday you will get that YouTube channel link. Okay. And I will try to upload as much cleaner version as I can. Okay, so upload that, and then you, as and when required, please walk through it. If you feel, then share with your all friends and loved one. Yeah. So now, if you have any doubt, queries, question, please resolve. Otherwise, we will end here our entire workshop. Fine. So I'm very happy the way all of you are attended this workshop. Few inside of the workshop, I started this, and when I uploaded this, I almost received more than 750 registration, and then I created 4 group so that I can accommodate everybody. And finally, right now, if I counting, that is normal scenario. Huh? So almost 20 or 25 of you are here. Okay. So it's always happen when we want to explore ourselves legitimately, our interest matter a lot. Fine. So I suggest, if you like all this technique, then please continue with this for minimum 2 month time. Then it will become your inert part of you. You need not to enforce it. It become your own part. Like every day we require the brushing, bathing, and breakfast and the food. Same way, it always be with you. It will never move away from you. But minimum 2 months time is needed. So please work with this technique for minimum 2 months time. One recording I will separate out exactly this last day or second last day, entire that meditation part, 40 minutes, and separate as a meditation. So if you straight away go toward that, you will get straight away. I try to also generate the only audio of it, so that it take lesser memory, so you can easily download also. So that also I will upload on the YouTube same place, the only audio downloading of this our entire sessions, so that it's very handy if you want to listen to that multiple times. You can download, you can share whatever you feel comfortable, go with that way. Fine. So here I would like to stop. Thank you very much, and bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye bye, dear.
Sir,
Yeah. Yes, dear. Thank
sir,
you.
are you going to take any follow-up reaction of the experience, what we have, and if we have some doubts related to that?
Pardon, dear. Yeah. Please speak.
Are you going to take any follow-up session or something after 2 months?
Sorry,
Hello,
dear.
sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Please repeat again. Yeah. Please.
Sir, are you going to take any follow-up sessions also out of our experience? If you want to ask something about the share the experience or have some doubts,
So
some interactive session.
yeah, so let's do something like this way. Let's work over this one another 15 or 20 days time. Okay, fine. And then if then let's meet again. We try to meet something like 15 or 20 days time. Please, Radnesh, remind me after exactly 15 days time, and we will have a one more session with all of us. Okay, let's do that way. Okay, and in between, if any question pop up and you require my help, then please drop that message on that my given email ID. Okay, and I will respond.
was really a wonderful session and really one complete week. So even with such a less exposure and practice, it had a really good effect. Yeah, affected in a very good manner.
Okay, thank you.
Really wonderful.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Bye bye.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
like how to deal with guilt? We have the guilt of so many things, and how we can remove that
Um, Wait.
in our mind.
Yeah, what you please repeat now again.
How to deal with the guilt?
Okay, guilt is you take it on your own self. Guilt normally we did something wrong knowingly or unknowingly, and then we carry with that load along with us. So guilt is something like that way. Okay, so we did something with our loved one or other anybody, okay, and we carry that load with us. But think now, that event is happened either after 1 hour or 1 day or 1 month or 1 year before. Why to carry that load with you in this present very moment? So when you acquire that quality of awareness, automatically it will uprooted from you. Only thing you have to think about that way, why I should carry that load along with me. That happened, so happened. At that state of mind I did something, so it's happened. Why to worry right now? Look, it is our job to remove all that negativity from our mind, and for that way we require the very good courage to uproot all this negativity from ourselves. I give you one thing only, be aware of it. And when you become the aware of any guilt happen, immediately ask yourself. Immediately ask yourself when you become aware of any guilt that is happened in the past, immediately ask yourself what that guilt has to do in this present context. What will it necessary or not? When you do this type of questioning to that guilt will not pop up. Guilt will remove automatically. Just become aware of it. If you are angry, if you become the aware during you are angry, anger will not survive. Immediately it has to run away. Same way any negativity emerge, just become aware of it. At the beginning it's very difficult to become aware, but if you practice to become aware in the normal circumstance, then at one day automatically, while you are in any negative state, you become aware of it, and as you become aware, that state is vanished from you. It is guaranteed here. So one weapon, that is the awareness. Please use it for any part of your life, and that part will be changed automatically.
Sir, but sometimes it hurts to people,
Sometimes
or maybe I heard.
It's
I
hurt.
have feeling like that I hurt someone.
Yeah, it's
Saying
fine,
that.
dear. You heard. That state is gone. Now you have a good eye. So with that good eye, what's supposed to be remedy of it? Do you know? Become aware of that thing with your something. You hurt somebody. Fine. That state is over. Now you become the aware person. With the awareness, you're not going to hurt to anybody. But if you carry the same load, what benefit you derive out of it? Please tell me. If I hurt to someone, fine. At that my state of mind, I hurt someone. Perfectly all right. But now I am a completely different person. In the future point of view, I am very much aware. And if with my awareness, I'm not going to hurt to single one, only I'm going to help to everyone. With that state of mind, if I work, that in the past whatever the hurt happened, how it going to affect? Nothing. One story related to that, it's very beautiful story. It happened in the era of Buddha. Angulimar. Okay, it exactly line with what we are discussing. Angulimar, we all read that story when we are studying, a very young age. Angulimar, whenever anybody passed through that forest, Angulimar killed that person and remove the finger and wear its necklace of that finger. That is its habit. That is Angulimar. So he killed almost says 999 people. Only one last finger he required. Buddha was passing. Buddha say, I will go through this. Everybody said, don't go. There Angulimar is there. If you go, Angulimar will kill you. Buddha say, if Angulimar able to kill me, then I supposed to go toward that side only. He is in very big trouble. It's my duty to release from that very big trouble. Buddha will started going toward that side. Angulimar was seated on a very tall tree. He sees that some different type of person is coming. Maybe he is completely a blind person or psychologically deaf person, or he don't know at all. By looking at the gesture of the Buddha from the far away, he something was start changing within Angulimar. Something was changing when Buddha will reach near to रेसिपी बंद कर दो दोस्त जो भी देख रहे हैं
अरे वो बहुत खींचते उसको 10 बार कितना बार पता नहीं है बहुत बार
somebody's microphone is on fine so as the Angulimar was just seeing the Buddha from far away, yet to reach near to that person. Something is changing. Angulimar said, what is happening? I don't understand. That person is completely blind or what? He reached, Buddha reached near to the Angulimar. Angulimar said, please stop there itself. I don't want to kill any monk. You are look like a monk. I don't want to kill any monk. Buddha said, nobody able to kill me. Angulimar immediately came on the ground. Said, what? I already killed 999 people. Buddha said, you have no power to kill me, dear. Nobody kill me. You may kill this body, but you don't have any power to kill me. Angulimar said, you are mad or what? Buddha said, I am completely mad person, like you only. You and me, no difference at all. You are mad from out for the outer world. I am mad for the inner world. That is only the difference in between both of us. No much difference we have. Angulimar said, I will kill you. Buddha said, if you can, please kill me. I don't mind it. If with my this very body, if you are whatever you decided to kill 1,000 people, if it is fulfilled, go ahead and do that. But before that, I have a last death wish. You have to fulfill it. Angulmar say, okay, tell me. Buddha say, please cut that branch of the tree. Angulimar cut it. Buddha say, please join again. Buddha say, please join again. Angulimar say, are you mad or what? Buddha said, that is what I am trying to tell you. Are you mad or what? Removing is very easy process. Joining is very difficult process. You understand it or not? I do the joining work, not the removing work. I do the cleaning work, not to reverse way. Angulimar immediately hold the feet of Buddha and say, Buddha says, please come along with me. Angulimar did 999 people he killed, but with only one spirit of awareness, immediately that person is changed. Our guilt is very small, dear. We don't do too much guilt, but we only unnecessarily carry with us. That is our own load. We should not carry along with us anything. Any guilt is the past. Now, if you are changed and with the awareness, the guilt will never happen again. So, with the keen awareness, it will never happen again. So, don't worry about any type of the guilt. Fine. Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I will try, but it seems very difficult to remove that. It's always focused in my
Only
head, like
awareness,
yeah.
only awareness, dear. Only awareness will change everything. Yeah.
Okay, I will try. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye to everyone. We'll stop over here. Thank you.
Hello,
Bye.
Bye.
hello, hello, hello. Is there my voice is audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Uh, Sir, first of all, I want to thank you for such a wonderful workshop. I agree all the things that you have explained in last 5 days. It is also necessary to keep our mind peace to uh, achieve a success. But I want to ask you that will it make us an ideal person? Uh, and if such thing happens, then will it create a difficulty to deal with the person which are not ideal? Uh,
No.
for example, sir, if I apply all the things, I agree with all the things that you have teach us in last 5 days. But unfortunately, we have to deal with the persons which are not on the same path that we are walking. Then
Correct.
will it create again any difficulties, sir?
Okay, I will explain
Maybe
to you.
my interpretation be wrong, sir.
No, no,
But
no. Your interpretation is 100% correct. No issue. I will make you understand about it. With this, I don't know what mean by ideal person. I must say with this you become the happier person. My ideal person definition is not there. I define with the happy state of mind. Okay, so with this you be going to become a happy person. And when you become the happy person, what other people are dealing or doing with you, it doesn't make any difference to me. But if it's not going to make any difference to you also. What it mean? It means that outer world is going to react based on their own understanding. But as a happier or some inside person will not take their reaction as it is. That means outer world is going to react with their own old habit, but I will not see that old habit as an old way. I will see that old habit with my new eye. It will not affect at all to me. If somebody abuse, how it matter to me. If somebody threaten, how it matter to me. I will go with my own spirit, and if I will go with my own spirit, outer world let outer world to go with their own spirit. But if we go with our positive spirit, outer world, I am pretty sure, will not going to affect you as a true self. But if you are attached with the false self, definitely it's going to attach to you, affect you. Okay, so when something outer world it start affecting you, please check that you already anchored with the false self. Then only the outer world have a power to affect you. It Nothing has a power to affect me. If i if i think that outer world has a power to affect me, then I am giving the power to it. But I will don't think that way, and I will immediately retrieve all the power within me. I will not give the power to the outer world to act over me. That is what I think you should think in that line.
but
Okay, so let's stop over here, and bye bye to everyone.